Hi everyone, my name is Samantha and the progress monitoring tool that I will be reviewing is the Test of Early Numeracy, a standardized assessment of early math skills. 10 is a standardized test that allows for decision making about early math skill acquisition. 4 measures will be administered, which include oral counting, number identification, quantity discrimination, and missing numbers. Each test takes roughly 1 minute. One of the benefits of 10 is that it's flexible and easy to administer. It can be given out in a quiet corner of a classroom, hallway, or a separate room. All you need is a small desk in a semi-quiet area. It is important to remember that 10 is about testing, not teaching. Students should not practice measures prior to the assessment. There are standardized directions for each assessment. These standardized directions should always be used while administering the test to be confident in reliability, validity, and comparability of results. And lastly, each assessment is delivered in a one-to-one fashion with the instructor sitting across from the student. 10 is primarily designed for kindergarten and grade 1 students. The purpose of 10 is to identify early numeracy skills before formal mathematical instruction takes place. Testing early numeracy skills helps identify students who are at risk of mathematic difficulties before they begin to fail, so that effective interventions can be implemented early. This assessment is designed to screen all students 3 times a year to identify students who need numeracy intervention and to monitor students' progress throughout the year and across school years. The oral counting measure requires students to orally count starting from 1 as high as they can for 1 minute. Here is what the instructor's scoring sheet looks like. The instructor will mark a number as incorrect if the student takes longer than 3 seconds to answer, struggles with a number, or substitutes a number. Immediately following the test, the instructor will calculate a score of correct over incorrect answers. The goal is to have a 95% inter-rater reliability between 2 examiners. The number identification measure requires students to orally identify numbers. In kindergarten, the assessment includes numbers 1 to 10, and in grade 1, the assessment includes numbers 1 to 20. Here is the scoring sheet that the instructor and the student has. The same scoring procedure is applied as the previous assessment measure. The quantity discrimination measure requires students to orally identify the bigger number from a pair of numbers. Again, the same scoring procedure is applied as the previous assessment measure. The missing numbers measure requires students to orally identify the missing number from a string of 3 numbers. The same scoring procedure is applied as the previous assessment measure. Again, the goal is to get a 95% inter-rater reliability between the 2 examiners. Research has shown that there is a strong relationship between kindergarten and grade 1 10 scores. Researchers compared students' scores within and across school years. Results demonstrate a significant correlation between kindergarten and grade 1 10 performance, making this tool a reliable screening measure. Children come to school with a number of informal math skills such as counting, ability to identify numbers, discriminate between quantities, and formulate number lines. These early numeracy skills before formal schooling are predictive of later mathematical performance. That being said, 10 shows validity in that it directly tests for these early numeracy skills, which the majority of children possess before they begin school. One benefit of 10 is the ability to track and monitor individual students' progress within and across grade levels. Research has shown that growth rate is often slow and is useful for monitoring long-term goals such as in Tier 1. Some of these measures, on the other hand, are not sensitive to small changes and therefore is not a practical tool for short-term progress monitoring, such as in higher tiers. Some pros that I came up with are that this measure is easy to administer, it is convenient, there are standardized directions to be confident in reliability and validity, and it is a quick and easy assessment to administer. All in all, I believe that this is a reliable, efficient tool as well as easy tool for teachers and educators to use to assess kindergarten and grade 1 early numeracy skills. 10 provides students with a means of demonstrating early math skills before official schooling. Data collected from 10 allows for teachers to assess their students' skill level and to monitor their progress within and between grade levels. The only con that was evident to me was that this tool is not sensitive to minimal changes in students' progress. This results in 10 not being an effective tool for short-term progress monitoring, such as in Tier 2 or 3 interventions, where progress monitoring assessments occur more frequently. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have learned a little bit more about the test of early numeracy.